This is me again, alone. This is my case alone, even though the world may be against me, even though, like Arkan Khan now blaming me for being a supporter, being like a Christian crusader and helping them. If I was a Christian crusader, why would I be with Israel on this point that Hamas is spreading false news against them and like such big lies that the children are starving, dying, Palestinian children, women, bomb blasts, this, that, huh? And anyways, I wouldn't want any help from Israelis. I don't expect any. I'm just for the truth. I know that Israeli Jews came from Islam, maybe the Shia Islam or something. And I'm sure they are with the Shias on this, but I'm not. Right? So they can help the Shias, the Druze, or all this. I don't even want help from the Israeli Jews. I'm just here for the truth. That's what I'm here for. And, you know, maybe even Israelis will not be with me. And not that I want their support or I'm doing this because I want their support. No, no, no. And another thing is whether this will, a manipulator can use this and maneuver this point, but so I have to check myself. The very clever thing is that I can say that and maneuver my way. Make them feel guilty also, the Jews, the Israelis. This is not my thing. The thing is, sometimes I don't know how to say it, and but there are many diplomats. But like Arkan and all this. So I suspected him to be a Shia. And he wants to show how the Sunnis sometimes are. Like, but Shias are also very difficult. And I found it very, very difficult people, right? And to defend their religion, look at what they've done. Like Imam Hussein also, lying and turning it, how he turned it around to say that, no, this is not my grandfather's religion. All this. Anyways, if I see it this way or that way, but I could see the maneuvering, manipulative trick coming, the way you can get tricked, maneuvered, manipulated, and even made to feel guilty in an indirect manner. So I don't mean to make, I hope not, but this, okay, I am feeling a little down the weather or guilty. No, sorry, I'm feeling a little lonely and insecure. So insecurity as this, and like there's some things that I wouldn't be saying when I was strong, when I was not insecure in certain cases, like my religion or something, at some point in time. So I wouldn't even mention the people who have, the household, the family members, this, their name, and all this. Like recently, I told some years back when I came to Dubai, I called I was talking to my cousin's wife. She was my childhood friend, and she's a relative. See, this is coming out like घरेलू चीजें. Uh, like ये जो तुमने कहा था ना, सच कहा था कि ये जो people who get jealous and all this, they are the ones who are um, you know वो जो jealous होते हैं तुमने ये बोला था कि जो jealous होते हैं उन पे असर क्या बोला था तुमने? So I was and I was talking and then I came to she told me that these people also your enemies in Dubai, um, and her mother's her enemies too. Um, but they had a fight in the on the wedding 1980 with the mother. Their mother had a fight with their mother and their relatives, very closer than us, and all this. So I was saying कि वो अच्छा उसने इंडियन से शादी कर ली और वो बड़ा खुश हैं वो और देखो क्या इनका these people like in banking and teaching schools teachers, they would be like these people like cycles. Like अभी जो इनका चल रहा है ना ये सुनो डिजिटल चैनल, हाँ, और एक तो इनमें से ये हो सकता है कि my uncle's daughter became a psychologist, right? She went to Canada and studied. तो इनका देखें ऐसा होगा इन्होंने जो मेरी माँ का, और मैं इनका जानती हूँ हिपोक्रेसी बहुत डीप है, राइट? और ये they they succeed in life. 8 symptoms. I mean, ये ना मिशेल ली नीव्स कोचिंग चैनल और ऐसे ना, लाइक इनके डॉटर ऐसा ऐसा बात करें एट लेवल, इंटरनेशनल लेवल। और मेरा क्या, कि I can't, I don't have stamp. I'm not saying this because of manipulating or maneuvering you or making you feel sorry for myself. But ये reality है, fact है लाइफ की। मैं फील तो करती हूँ, अभी जेलसी भी आ गई है और बहुत सारा, लाइक खुदा इनको बर्बाद क्यों नहीं करता है। मैं पहले अपने दुश्मन को भी ऐसी आह नहीं देती थी, कर्ज नहीं करती थी। या माई फैमिली, यस, माई मदर्स सिस्टर्स एंड ऑल, यस, मैं नहीं करती थी। आई ग्रू अप इन दैट, जहाँ पे गालियां भी होती थी, but I didn't give such galis like, you know, but, but ऐसी ऐसी गालियां मैं नहीं देती थी। आई ग्रू अप, ठीक है, वो मैंने, मेरा फादर भी बीसी पाकिस्तान में, लेकिन हम लोग ऐसी ऐसी गालियां नहीं देते थे जहाँ मेरी नानी का घर भी ग्रो अप, राइट? लेकिन यही, फिर यही लोग जो है ना, वो they become successful, like, sorry, Michelle, just giving an example by showing this, like, you know, my uncle's daughter and her mother, मेरी माँ जो थी ना, मैंने देखा सिंपल पीपल्स क्रश्ड होते, क्रश्ड। तो इतना देख के अब यस, अभी मुझ में इनसिक्योरिटीज आ गई हैं और जेलसी आ गई है। मैं इनको, तभी मैंने सबिया को, सॉरी, मैंने इनके रिलेटिव को कहा, क्या, they're happy because you know the wedding took place of this their youngest sister. वो तो खुश हैं, वो तो मौज कर रहे हैं, खुश हैं, they're happy। और मुझे ऐसे ऐसे लोगों से, आई वाज जस्ट टेलिंग माई सेल्फ, टॉकिंग टू माई सेल्फ, आई डोंट वांट टू हैव एनीथिंग टू डू विद दिस पीपल। मैंने अपनी हेल्थ को नहीं देखा, मैं इनके साथ बैठ नहीं सकती हूँ, ट्रेचरस पीपल के साथ। और ये अर्कन और ये तुर्क और ये जो आया था राणा, अशोक राणा, ऐसे ऐसे आते हैं, दिस इज द वे दे कम, यू नो। ये शियाज भी कम नहीं है। तो मैं इज़राइल के साथ इसलिए हूँ कि मैं उनको ट्रस्ट करती हूँ कि वो हमारे नेबर्स थे और हमें कोई तकलीफ नहीं मिली लंदन में, चाइल्डहुड में। और वो व्हेन वी वेंट टू द डेंटिस्ट, वो ना लूटते हैं, ओके, प्राइवेट हाउस में है उनकी, डेंटिस्ट की वाइफ ने कहा, सो दे बिल्ट दैट, डेंटिस्ट वाइफ टोल्ड माय मदर दैट विल यू बी माय फ्रेंड, you know, they're sitting in the kitchen. They had a table in the kitchen, by the way, the Jews. And my brother was with the dentist, and or maybe we were all together in the kitchen on at the table. The Jewish lady, she said, "Will you be my? But you're from the Gulf and all this." And she said, "My husband is." My mother said, "I'm Pakistani." और ये तो खैर शियाज़ भी देखा है ना, बीबी फ़ातिमा ज़हरा की कहानी, मिरेकल स्टोरी एंड ऑल दैट। बाबा जी Jew has Yahudi has called me, invited me to a wedding and all this. And so she went to Imam Ali, and then I think Imam Ali told her to go to her father, Prophet Muhammad, and all this. And so she was allowed to go there, and you know, so there was no that hatred from the Shia side for the Jews, but it's in the Quran ayats, anyways, and all this. And I'm showing you how the Imams have lied. Or abito, like, I'm very kamzor. I don't want to even use my tongue for abuse or anything. ये मैं क्या करूं? I'm sorry. All right, I get all this. और अली शाह इसमें समय से कि देखो, मैं टीचर को कभी गाली नहीं देती थी, लाइक अगर वो मेरे साथ, वो कॉन्वेंट टाइप स्ट्रिक्टनेस या कभी इंसल्ट कर दिया ना कि क्यों ऐसे बाल रखे हैं या क्या, और व्हाई आर यू लाइक दिस, और तुम्हारा ये क्या, तुमने ये प्रेस ये चाय कैसे लिखी है बनाया है, ऐसे ना वो टॉन्ट करना, स्कोल्ड करना तो एक बात है, लेकिन टीचर्स टॉन्ट भी करने लगे थे जो, तो मैं उनको गाली नहीं देती थी, दिमाग में भी अंदर भी नहीं देती थी। आई नेवर यूज्ड टू अब्यूज देम इनसाइड। आई हैव हर्ड माय फ्रेंड अब्यूजिंग F, what a B. No, what a B. Right? So you got it? What a B? A teacher. तो मैंने उसको, आई थिंक मैं काली, मैंने उसको पहले से ही कह दिया, कहते एफ एफ व्हाट द एफ व्हाट द दिस, नहीं बोला। वो कनाडा से आई थी, शी हैड कम फ्रॉम कनाडा। एनीवेज, पाकिस्तानी भी गालियां देते हैं, लड़कियां भी, और ये इट्स नॉट जस्ट बिकॉज शी केम फ्रॉम कनाडा दैट शी लर्न, और बड़े हिपोक्रेसी और फ्रेंड्स, सो आगे कुछ और फिर पीछे बोलेंगे, बहुत हिपोक्रेसी हमारे पाकिस्तान में भी। So I got sick and tired of all this, and I don't want to build my life on that, coming here and helping. तो लेकिन क्या करें अब, like लेना पड़ता है, और अभी तो मुझे लगता है कि शियाओं से भी ये ले रहे हैं, और उनके सपोर्टर्स से भी ऐसी चालाकी से आते हैं, the way they come in such a cunning, and that I just so and I'm allergic, so that's what must be. So I get up allergic. My eyes are, they've become smaller because allergy. I just took a picture and could see. And but I've seen this. So I'm allergic to hypocrites, liars, और कौन सी वो माँ है जो एक अली शाह को ऐसा बेटा बनाएगी और ऐसा आएगा और ऐसा झूठ बोलेगा, तो उस माँ पे भी लानत है ना, उस माँ पे भी लानत है। So this should be the curse of Allah. और मैं तो कहती हूँ अपने आप को कि गालियां नहीं दो, बस कहो कि मुसलमान इधर आए, बोलो कि कर्स ऑफ अल्लाह ऑन द लायर्स, कर्स ऑफ, तुम लोग क्या, ठीक है इस्लाम से ही है, कर्स ऑफ अल्लाह ऑन द लायर्स, यू आर लाइंग, and in what conditions you should lie, you should know this. So maybe even John is wrong about that, the Sharia. He showed, and I couldn't believe it, right? But what I searched out, that in 4 or 3 conditions a Muslim can lie or use taqiyya. तो उनसे क्या मिलता है, और फिर इज़राइल से, तो मैं क्यों, मैंने इज़राइली जूस को देखा लंदन में, अपने लोगों को मैं ट्रस्ट नहीं करूँ, मुसलमान इतना झूठ बोलते हैं तो कैसे ट्रस्ट करो, अगर कोई इज़राइली आता है अब और कहता है, और ये पता है हिस्ट्री में, और मेरा फादर भी कहता था, इट्स नॉट बिकॉज माय फादर सेड इट, बट आई माई सेल्फ एक्सपीरियंस्ड दैट ये बहुत फैक्चुअल होते हैं, ये लेवल हेडेड ब्रिटिशर्स ऐसे ऐसे। तो मेरा फादर भी कहता था कि ये देखो, इनसे तो फैक्ट्स मिलता है, कोई इमोशनल, कोई ओवर लाइज और ये थोड़ा एग्जैजरेट करना ही हो, लेकिन हमास का ये हिस्ट्री है, मुसलमानों की ये हिस्ट्री है, और तो हाउ कैन आई then seeing one video of this lady, I said, I I got it. Like, there was someone who was spreading false rumors against me. And my grandaunt knew me, although she was my grandaunt's niece. So now I told you. So she was my mother's cousin. So when she came to our neighborhood, she started living, and she was spreading lies that I'm taking her to men, right? And now Mamie, my grandaunt, knew me from childhood. I was brought up, and this sister, she wasn't close to this sister of hers than to us, right? So she was more close to her my grandfather, and she was living with my grandfather. So that was my mother's father and her brother, right? Her brother and his wife, my grandmother, and their children. And she knew me like, so when she came to ask me a certain question, that have you been taking my niece? Yani, she took the name of her niece. She wasn't close to them much. Anyways, so she came and she asked me at my old house, and she passed away then. So she came and asked me, she said, Sarah, are you taking this person to men? I said, no, Mimi, right? And I told her because she had been in that hospital, and so there's a Cindy doctor there, and there was a nurse there also. I said, Mimi, I was going there for the nurse, and uh, you know, all the. So she said, मैं समझ गई, हाँ समझी ways, and she left, right? And so, or someone who could have then, if she questioned someone, they would abuse her or say, like my aunt did once, questioning her on the phone. I did, and she's like, Shabir, ये मुझे गालियां दे रही है. She accused me of abusing her, and at that time I wasn't using abusive language. Then I started to like in this madness and so all that. So I had become a witch, like my one of my I feel, my mother's sisters, like witchy. Anyhow, and the father's problem, family witchy and all this. So I have both sides had both sides problem, and so this is why. Okay, back to cut that off. This is why I believed in this Melanie Phillips lady. The that the lies about Gaza are far worse than you think. British journalist, she's an Jewish British journalist. You see how I, like my grandaunt could tell against her niece. Because, when you go to ask someone, I've seen that if you question someone and they could get offended, but I didn't get offended. And I said, no, Mimi, it was okay. I was just, by the way, thinking that, no, I was not even laughing or like this. I was like, no, Mimi, I wasn't. I was going there and not even this voice that my voice would crack or anything. Normally saying, no, Mimi, I didn't. I am not. I have not been taking your niece. I'm just not taking the niece's name. Okay, so just saying your niece then to her to men in my childhood, and she's much older to me. She's older than like my aunt. She's older. I think she's the same age as my aunt who will start to live with me then. I mean, who was living with me. So she was lying against my other aunts, her cousins too. Anyways, my aunts knew, but my grandaunt had to come this time in 1986 or 85 before she passed away and asked me. And I said, no, maybe I don't. And I didn't get offended or anything. She asked me, and I said, the right to ask me. Maybe she wanted to reconfirm, right? You have to ask both the people. And so that was really great of her, right? Like she followed her Quran, David and the two brothers case, right? David and the two brothers case. मैं समझ गई. I understood. I know. Meaning, in fact, that cousin of my mother, her niece, Amy's niece, my grandaunt's niece, took her mother to even my grandfather, like her uncle, her mother's brother. So my grandfather, and said that I have been taking her to men when I wasn't. So later on, recently, when I was talking to one of my aunts, she told me over the phone in Canada that this was the case. Like this person went so far. That's why I think my grandaunt, who was living there with my grandfather, her brother, had to come and ask me. I didn't know. She didn't tell me. I thought she had come from their house because now they were living near our house. They had come in our vicinity neighborhood. But she went there and they told her this, and then she came to tell me. So the lies and how the lies are told, and how Imam Hussein has lied, every Imam, right? Even the Israeli Jews, even Jews would not defend me on this, support me. I don't need their support, but I'm with them because this is the truth. I trust. them in this, but I don't need their help. And they would be with the Shias. Because many Sunnis have even told us there were Jews. Ibn Saba was a Jew. Even this, falsely accusing me. And the Jews are being killed now, or what, starved to death in Syria also. And they're with the Jews, So in Pakistan, we got a lot against Shia Islam and Shias, false accusations. Cause how can I trust the Muslims? But even then, I would go through. Like I used to share, I've got Amnesty International, Save the Gazan, this, stop this. I've signed and all this, but I have to show the other side also. And who am I with? I'm with the people who are truthful. I'm with the people who are just, who are not terrorists, who do, so who do not take lands. I mean, I don't think the Jews have occupied, but they came back to the land and they bought it. And maybe they made mistakes and they made blunders like the colonial, but they're saying they're indigenous, and whether I agree to that or whether the Palestinian. So at that time, even if they were criminals, okay, like what's done is done. Now I see them. We can trust them more than I trust them more than I can trust Muslims, right? So many reasons I have. It's not because of so I'm with the innocent people's lives who are being taken, who are being, no one should starve, no one should go through this. But the Jews, the Israelis are saying that this situation was made due to Hamas. And now they cannot, I don't know why they can't stop this, because they're not, hostages are there. One, every time I'm liking that also, there from their side, the hostages being killed, or freed and killed by Hamas. So don't you? I think I'm not with the Muslims. I'm not with the Jews. I'm not with the Christians or the Christian Crusaders. Arkan is very clever. I've had been at loggerheads with the Christians here. कैसा देते हैं ना? Like what kind of people are these? मैं ऐसे कामती थी क्रिश्चियन के उधर जाना, कुछ बोलना भी इनको हराम हो जाता है, जिंदगी अजाब. Christian crusaders have killed the Jews, persecuted them. So, लेकिन I'm with the Jews here because I trust this British journalist more than I trust the other news, even from United Nations now, even from Amnesty International that I'm a member of now, free membership for human rights and all, upholding. Okay? So I'm with those who are just, who have proven, who have given us the trust, built the trust first. One time someone lies, okay, for what are they lying, and then the lies. But it takes, if once the trust is broken, it takes a long time to build the trust. You need to earn it, not demand it. That would be, you are in the unjust side. So I'm with the just, with those whose lives have been violated, or human rights, where human rights have been violated. But this, like Allah says, you people have wrought with your own hands. So Hamas is the one, not Israel. Israel is trying to defend themselves. That's what they're saying, and I'm with them. I'm with Israel today. I'm saying it to you. Find a solution, and a solution that is not going to hurt both sides, right? or diminish as much of damage as possible, human life damaging also. Diminish the damages and find a solution that way. And I don't want you to be feeling guilty. That's why there's some things we shouldn't say. Like when I was well, I wouldn't tell my principal something because, to write a letter like this would be what? I'm leaving you. Sorry, in my, it took me 6 months or so. Then my aunt came and told me that she's seen a dream and this thing. I said, "Oh, you're late. I've already sent the letter." I thought after my graduation from that college where my principal, we became family friends, or I became their family friend. Not that they became my family friends. Miss Tissawas are my so uh, this also. Um, so the thing is, what was the point now? If, before I forget, Allah, I forgot. Letter writing. That how shall I put it to her? 6 months or so, like, but why should you write a letter? This means you're asking for attention. Call me, right? She's going to think, oh, or no, what she's going to think, I don't care. But what is, okay, she may think that I'm writing this letter to gain her attention, like in college when I was singing out with the Walkman. So good, I said, let her think. Anyways, she won't. When she thinks that I've written her a letter that I'm leaving her, that I won't be keeping in touch with her like she said, keep in touch with me after graduation. On the phone, she said, "Oh, keep in touch." And I looked, I didn't like it, and like keep in touch. I even wrote a poem, but all that dislike and all that disagreement with her, and that she wouldn't come to my place, wouldn't and I would always go to her place and be invited to. Anyways, all that taking into consideration, where am I coming from? Why am I writing this letter? Because I don't want it. I didn't want it, and I knew this honey poison by Khalil Gibran. I've extracts honeyed poison. You see, where are my dislikes? And am I doing this out of spite or for attention from her? Or that she should call me and say, "Hello, Zahra, no, no. Zahra, hi. What kind of a letter have you written? Huh? Come, come, come to my house. We will have tea together." So I had to consider all this. Honey poisoned Khalil Gibran. And this we will find in the page I've made for her on Facebook. And the treachery is immense, huh? Like, I had to stop myself here also. Should I say this? Because I don't want the Jew, that. Oh, or boast about myself. Or, dearest friend Nabi, I must leave this village of my father. Signed. So the whole letter, and then Father Estefan says, folds the letter, returned it to his pocket, and sat by the window. So this treachery is very present, huh, in our. Even in Shias, this kind of treachery I saw, like Arkan would make you see that, trying to show that Sunnis are like this, even Sufi Sunnis, the way he talked, treacherously, but that's the Shia. Shia Imams were like that. And in fact, they wouldn't want you to know this. I don't know how this had come, but I thought they were cleverer than this. Like this would come in the hadith narration, sorry, narrations, riwayate. Life story of the Imams. So Imam Muhammad Bakr slapping, hitting a slave girl for she covered herself while praying, and slave girls or maid girls are not allowed. And he called her a rascal. Rascal. Muhammad Bakr, the fifth Imam, the father of Imam Jafar Sadiq, of the 12 Shias. And even the Ismailis believe that he was a true Imam. Take him as an Imam, Imam Muhammad Bakr. Hit a slave girl. And this riwayat narration has come from his father. Oh, sorry. No. His son, Imam Jafar Sadiq. So many mistakes. Muhammad Bakr hit a slave girl. Now, what this Arkan could be showing you is that the Sunni Sufis are also difficult. But, behind who he is, and you know who even Ashok Rana could be. So we don't know who is here and acting as what and playing very treacherously. And really, I can't afford this. I never want to have relationships. Do you? If you're not a hypocrite, you're not sincere, honest. You want to be sincere, you want to be honest. Make life easy for people and yourselves and make it beautiful. Okay, here it says, see, I was expecting this, right? Position of Islam and slavery. Huh? So now some of the Shias would reject that hadith. One or two hadith coming on Imam Muhammad Bakr. One day she beat a slave girl in such a bad way that she began to bleed. Then the Imam intervened. This is about Imam intervening, maybe helping the slave girl. Now I don't find that hadith where Imam Jafar Sadiq narrates about his father hitting a slave girl and calling her a rascal. I'm just assuming that this is on that, right? Holy, assuming it's the topic, the holy Imam's benevolence to slaves. Now you see, majority of Shias are going to take this. All Shias. They will reject that. So this problem, I don't know who it is and what they are up to, but I can tell. Like he said, oh, you can't tell what's in the hearts. No. But there's a Quran ayat that says, although you can't tell by the mark of on their faces or the marks on them about the hypocrites, you can tell by the tone. And I can tell by the tone of the Shia hypocrites. I've known Shia hypocrites from childhood, right? And how they will go to, but then later on, I've been shocked. Like, I'm telling my neighbor, like, really? Look what Shias are doing. No, I can't believe this. Are Zahra, you've known hypocrisy in your from childhood, huh? But now I'm so shocked. I'm like a different person. I can't believe. The older I'm getting, the worse I'm becoming. In my childhood, at least, I was a little bit grounded, and I knew, oh, okay, this is a hypocrite and resilient. But now I lose it, and I'm shocked. And I'm telling my neighbor, oh, you're a kidnapper, Shia. So it was Muharram, and he's gone for Muharram Majlis. He wants to go for Imam Hussein's Majlis again. And this neighbor of ours is also a Shia. And her mother and my father went to her saying, "How are you?" and sorry to hear, because she was our neighbor, that your son has been kidnapped. And one of the kidnappers was a Shia. And I'm shocked. And I'm older too. This is my brother's age, brother's friend, neighbor. And they have to make me understand that, the way I took it when I was a child, that it is, I say, I'm sure, I can't believe that. Mm, mm. Right? Yeah, in my childhood, when I was like 7 years old, 8 years old, I would be like my neighbor, like, so this is what it is. They're accepting it is, yeah, Shia. Now, like, not shocked and, like, oh, oh my God, right? Yeah, I don't know what's happened to me. I can't explain. I can't say. I can't make you understand. Not even myself. So I think because I chose innocence and then I was like a meek, going after the Bibi Maryam in the Quran only, not in the Bible, mostly from the Quran. That, oh, Bibi Maryam, such a chaste woman and purity and innocence. So I trained myself to be innocent, and I think I got out of that. Uh, Altogether, I changed. Like, even Pakistan didn't seem like my country or my mother's country, but that we belong there. Ah, as Muslims, even forget nationality. This being Shia Muslims, and so it's a really terrible, terrible. Uh, so these enemies, they have a stamina. They're like vampires. They haven't seen, and moreover, um, now they've sent someone. You see, my father's way, still holding on to Ahlul Bayt, right? Like itne blindfolded, like emotionally, they can't see it in their own. I've seen in my own eyes contradictions in Shia. Then I went to Ismailis also. Saw that also. Taking Imam Ali's Tawheed thing on Tawheed and helping the Ismailis. So the Shias, since I'm on the Shias now, of course they're going to come to create obstacles. They are so like, वो जो ना बिल्कुल पागल हो जाते हैं, like conditioning it, it's so conditioned. How can you blame the Shia Sunnis? That's why I say also, like they try to come in a roundabout manner, then they leave like I banned us. No, they don't leave. They are, and this is a Shia, by the way, suspecting very strongly. You see how they talk. They have the stamina of cruelty, cruel ways, covert narcissist ways. They have the stamina because इनके दिल में इनको ठेस नहीं पहुंचता है. They don't get shocked or in pain. Shias even, huh? Like I told my father, I said, you're so practical and all this. Like, of course, practicality will help you. Like he said, Bhutto was emotional and he paved his way for this downfall and the tragedy of being hanged. You have to be very clever and cunning and very diplomatic to survive in this world so that they don't kill you. or they don't crush you. They themselves have egos. General Ziaulak had an ego. Ziaulak and Bhutto, his own, emotional and arrogance and all this, and overconfidence, right? Pakistani people will back me, and the UN secretary, what's Secretary of State is. This was his. So his emotional. You see the cunning. Have you seen Veer Zara? I haven't seen this movie. How the lawyer deals. So there's a cunning lawyer, devil's advocate. We have that in Shia Islam. And they'll definitely want to show you. They're pushing. Even Sanjay was pushing it. Push towards that. Sunni hadiths. These religious scholars, Shia religious scholars, are such devil's advocates. They're saying it's not okay for adultery because that brings a curse on the whole society and all this. So we should refrain from even dancing, even listening to music that makes us sway, because there are incomes, there are things that could lead to adultery in this, or fornication. How Islam protects you by legalizing prostitution, mutta. Those who have, but they don't see the criticism. They say, "Oh, Allah has paved the way." Like men are like this. Men are weak in soul, uh, weak, right? Like that Surah Nisa ayat, Surah Baqarah ayat, 100, and what is it again? When women are afraid, women fear men. Women fear men deserting them. What has Allah told them? So, 128. But for the women being like, oh, that's adultery, and women's cheating. Okay, for men cheating, there can't be a place. Allah has closed that for men cheating women, husbands cheating women, because they can, according to Sunni Islam, they can do misyar, and Prophet Muhammad allowed the practicing of mutta at one time. So the Shia say, no, Umar said the wrong thing, that Prophet Muhammad had cancelled mutta or abrogated it. They don't believe in that hadith. So they continue with the mutta, the Shias, and the Sunnis have a misyar, traveling marriage, temporary. And you see here also, like God has not kept any way open for men against the women, their wives, any kind of disobedience. What disobedience now will they be doing? The only thing the women can fear from her husband is contempt or aversion, and there's no sin. Then Allah says there's no sin upon them if they make terms of settlement between them, and like a mother-in-law possessor, favoring her son against the wife, daughter-in-law. Allah puts it this way, and settlement is best, and present in souls is stinginess. God knows why Allah put stinginess here. Um, what does that have to do with the selfish? So anyway, he can't put that if men are disobedient to the wives, or if men cheat their wives, then women are allowed to hit them. He hasn't created, he hasn't left a door open, ajar even, or a slight against the men here, wives and women and men in relationships. But if you do good and are God fearing, then surely Allah is aware of the things you do. So, like that, the Shias don't see that illegal mutta is a legalized prostitution. Now, another thing Shias say this is okay because Allah said this is okay. Caravan robbing. It's evil for evil, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, given to Moses by Allah, the Ten Commandments. So, what the Prophet did here, Surah Anfal, we're told, in the tafsir, now I have to see that because Allah's ambiguity is there. I can't deny that. And so they sent a Sunni Sufi Shias to kind of try to deceive or blind and convince me in such a deceptive manner that I caught their mother, I caught Fatima, I caught their father, no, you can't call Prophet Muhammad father. Shia Sayyid's mother, Fatima, I have caught in deception. Who are they to come here? They can send their marjas falling flat on their faces. They will be. If a honest marja, Shia marja ever I find now, so you see, I've been looking for an honest marja to come here, but no honest marja is going to come here unless he leaves Shia Islam and then says, "Yes, you're right. You have shown us not that I'm right in my, but what about Islam. What you are showing, the way you have done research is, yeah, it's like true. This is the way we should have done our research to save ourselves from all this nonsense. And what is at stake? To hold to a lie for so long. Right? So no marja, Shia marja, honest. Being, or at least have the courage to at least come here and say, what is he going to say? This is my religion. Don't say anything to Fatima. You have said about these polytheists who call their Surah Nisa again. Your Allah and what he's saying against their God's Prophet Muhammad. There's another ayat, although there's a ayat contradicting. So don't say anything against their gods, lest they say in ignorance against or in anger, provoke them to say anything against the one only God. But then, like there's so many contradictions. Like in another ayat, what is Allah saying that they say, what is he saying? Meaning, what is he saying against our gods, idols, or what? Prophet Muhammad. Then Prophet Muhammad has also said things against their gods, but that's okay. But don't say anything. But I'm not saying anything without proof, right? Without my basis, my foundation is proof. And you're saying Allah's foundation is proof. But look, indeed, Allah does not forgive association with Him. I think it's Surah 114. So, wait, let me get this straight. Logic. If I use logic, pure logic, unbiased reasoning that comes from unbiased logic, not the biased logic. No good is there in much of the 17. Sorry, missing it. Okay. Let's say this was a lie, right? That they're calling their, not they invoke from him besides, but female deities. And not they invoke except shaitan, rebellious also. Maridan, right? So you would say, I'm doing the same thing against Fatima, thinking that she's a liar, right? The mother of the Sayyid Shias. And Prophet Muhammad's mother also. Like daughter, but sometimes he took her as a mother, standing up for her when she entered and all this. She was the mother of her father, Fatima. right? So I'm saying against the mother of Prophet Muhammad, the daughter, Fatima, who was the mother of her father. Okay? And of course, your Allah thinks, Allah believes, I mean, Allah knows that these female deities, they invoke, they are shaitan rebellious, so don't, right? But then allow the other person also to blaspheme Prophet Muhammad. Allow them also to say, no, we believe they are not, and your Allah is wrong, and we have Allah too. So allow us also then to say against ones you have honored, servants, or Maryam also, or Fatima, Sayyidat Nisa al-Alameen, you call say. Although in the Quran, Allah says Maryam is Sayyidat Nisa al-Alameen, Prophet Muhammad said in Hadith, it's not in the Quran about Fatima, not directly. So then allow them also. They're saying our God or Allah. If, like, for example, in Surah Anfal, where, oh Allah, if this be the truth, or Surah Nam, then punish us. So they believe in their Allah. So if you are saying bad things about their female deities, then you should also, your Allah should also allow them to say things and against Prophet Muhammad and your honored, Allah's honored servants, right? But no, Allah doesn't allow that. Blasphemy. Anything said against Islam also, Allah doesn't allow. If they, let's say they do oppose Islam in a way that is with words, fight the, what does it mean, fight the chiefs of disbelievers? If they go against your religion, say, and what? Let's go to that ayat. So I haven't even finished my breakfast tea, and I had to microwave it from the, and even now I'm drinking it. It's cold again. To come here to do this and to get all these people like Arkan coming, it's too much for me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be doing this, but क्या करें, दुनिया ही भरी हुई है treachery और वाकई में, like on one side I know I contradict myself. Gosh, I could just go to a place, like maybe somewhere Sweden, Europe, and live. And then I have my own problems, like I want my people, and I'll feel so nostalgic. Like when my brother, Portuguese brother, was calling me to, I said, no, 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 no. I'm so attached to Pakistan. I can't leave Pakistan. And the ones I love here. Oh, I shoot myself on the foot. So I just don't want to be with hypocrites. And these treacherous, although they say covert narcissism is how rampant is covert narcissism and covert, how many abroad also they are there, but I didn't feel so much in London. Covert. This so allow the other person also to say no. This reason why we feel that Fatima is shaitan, and that your women are shaitan, and that your men are like this, and your leader is like this, and your imams are like this. This law in Islam is a blasphemy and penalty, punishment. No, but our God, you can't say that what our God is saying is right. He can say these are shaitan deities, female deities, like Radharani, Sita Devi. For example, right? The Hindus, Greek also, like Aphrodite, the goddess of beauty and this fertility, fertility, beauty. I know Aphrodite. These are female shaitan rebellious. Huh? They won't allow that. And moreover, now they've come and at this time coming Arkan, sending Arkan. What are you sending Arkan? Tell me. And your Hindu supporter, huh? That I'm go. You want me to keep showing you? You see, the more these Hindus have a kira too, worm. Shias too. They keep insisting that our way, our way. No, it's not only the Quran that shows that Islam is terrorism and Islam is a terrorist religion. It's the Hadith and these Indians, Hindus. What shall I tell you about them? So all these psychos and covert narcissists and these devils, they don't give up. Huh? They have such a stamina, and they will crush one day. They keep coming here, like Anita Rai said, against terrorism, be like a mosquito. This nonsense that Anita Rai has written, that Prophet Muhammad came in her dreams and her light and this and that. Nonsense. Maybe satanic light, right? So fight, be like a mosquito against terrorists. No, no, but our Prophet is not a terrorist. No, no, no. See, they can't see the Shias. And actually, I think we should thank Yazid for giving Shias this pain that they cry, cry, cry. Spend that. It's really good to cry. Actually, Yazid saw how to tame this shaitan. Like Abu Sufyan failed, Muawiyah failed. Now Yazid. So be the bad one, like not Hafiz, like like Hafiz says that. Oh, don't ask me what it makes me to be your enemy. To be like your enemy in the sense that pretend to be your enemy. These were persistent, stubborn. Prophet Muhammad, so stubborn. You can see his progeny also, right? And when they were, like Sayyid Muzammal says, when these Pakistanis are failing or they've lost, what do? They point fingers at others and try to even bring them down. Since and here they've lost, but why they would want to, like, okay, I say, of course, if I have failed in my life, but that doesn't mean you will fail, right? So I will give you the advice that, like, if I have started to smoke from when I would not ask you to smoke, right? I would give you advice against it. It's wrong. Look at it. It's not right to smoke. I cannot tell you it's right to smoke. I don't need company. I don't want company. It's not right. But you know why the Pakistanis get up for Kashmir? Why they get up for Gazans? Gazans, right? Now I know how to pronounce it, but I can't all the time pronounce it properly. Why? Sayyid Muzamil had an answer, and right now it's not coming to me. It's okay to say, okay, I failed, but let's help that other person. Maybe my advice will reach that person because they have not. I've seen from experience how I was pushed into quicksand, right? Let's say I was pushed in So I'll tell you, avoid such and such path, such and such people also, and all this. But oh, if you're going to tell me, huh, advices, she's giving advices and she couldn't save herself. But I can give you advice till here, right? That, you know, how I was pushed, how I was maybe a rape victim can tell you a story about a rape. Are you going to say, oh, she's giving advices how to protect oneself from rape? She herself has been raped. You're not going to say that, right? When she herself has been. So, this is my intention that I don't, not, I can't take my own advices that I give to others to save them. And I shouldn't because I myself failed. So, I'm telling you, I'm in a prison. I've done this, I've done that. I'm in a quicksand, right? And I've been there. Don't do it. You at least uh, take precautions. And I'm giving you evidence against, like if you take, if what we should do with the therapist, oh, sorry, with the rapist, what we should do and how we should protect ourselves. Where I fail to, and if, you know, and if these rapists are going to say this, that they raped me because of this, or they raped that one because of this, then this is a very sick mind, very, very sick mind, and they should be in prison or in reformatory somewhere. Then you Shias, if you'd say this to me, and then why do you use, like my mother did, Bibi Zainab's chadar sake to Allah that मेरी बेटियां महफूज रहें, remain chaste. Hmm? जब अपने आप को, जब अल्लाह ने बीबी जैनब को प्रोटेक्ट नहीं किया चादर चिन्ह से, so all this from the Shias, if it's coming like this, what contradictions, what treachery, what satanic ways they've taken. ये इनको इतना शैतान है, I'm very scared. I was very scared. I disagreed with Yusuf Zaidi. मैंने कहा कि ये हम लोग जो बार बार कहते हैं कि इमाम मेहदी आएगा, Imam Mehdi will come and the Jewish lady is going to kill him and God knows what, and yeah, doomsday होगा, ऐसा झूठ होगा फैला हुआ. I myself am seeing that there's a lot of treachery, a lot of, but this should not have happened if there were 10 people, says Jiddu Krishnamurti. And if from the very beginning we didn't have these religious, even doomsday, like Islam and Jesus Christ, the second coming, and monsters coming out from the sea or what, you know. So end of the day, even in Hinduism, this Kali Yuga and Krishna leaving for thousands of years, he's not coming back, and no avatar sending until religion and the dharma is what nonsense. So these are all negative. This is all a mind's creation. And then why is the mind so negative? Why is the religious mind so negative also? And at times, mind also has conflicts, and we have conflicts because of the mind. Why that also? And I looked into the matter, and but religions don't make it any better. So I went to the root cause of man having conflict, human beings having conflict, and so I found Jiddu Krishnamurti, and I saw where we had gone wrong. And in the ending of time, his book, reading David Bohm and his book, the dialogue on this, where we took the wrong turn. So it's all this taking the mind is the culprit. Mind is time and mind. But religions don't make it any better. And really, if you want to believe yaqeen, you should have certainty in Allah's existence, not yaqeen. So, going to Surah Baqarah, I haven't finished this, I think. Have I finished this? Let's go back to Surah Baqarah also. You see, knowledge of the unseen or belief in the unseen with the knowledge. How much knowledge can you have of the unseen? You can gather knowledge every step of the way. But at the very beginning, when you start, you can't start with believing in the unseen, right? After you have gathered all the information, knowledge about the unseen, can you, in this case, but I wouldn't even agree to this. Surah Baqarah at knowledge 3, verse ayah 3. So this would it would be really unjust of Allah when you haven't gathered all the knowledge also, let's say, not only seeing, yaqeen, bringing yaqeen to make you believe in the unseen. Those who believe in the unseen, bil ghaibi. This is Yusuf Ali says it's him. It's Allah because he puts the you of the unseen in the word in capital. Who believe in the unseen. And then Allah says, I found this ayat. So wrong things, a lot of points, just disorderly manner. Why should you believe in the unseen? And what Yusuf Ali says, if this is Allah, the unseen, then only Allah knows the unseen. What is he trying to say? Only Allah knows. By making himself the unseen, Yusuf Ali saying, this unseen is Allah here in Surah Baqarah 3. Sahih International, no. I haven't put the U of the unseen in capital letter. Allah knows, only Allah knows the unseen. No one else knows the unseen. So knowing, without knowing, you are believing because only Allah knows the unseen. How are you going to believe in Allah or the unseen? Indeed, Allah knows the unseen of the heaven. Knowledge of the unseen is something that Allah has kept for himself. This is ghaibi knowledge, as is indicated by the text of the Quran. Sunnah, I'm not going to go to, right? So there's an ayat which Google is also say, none in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen except Allah. Surah Namal ayat 65. Thank you. Surah Quran.com. None in the heavens and the earth knows the unseen except Allah, and they do not perceive when they will be resurrected. So you can't even perceive when you will be resurrected. O Messenger, say the ghaib is not known by the angels even in the heavens or the people. This is abridged explanation of the Quran in by the Sunnis. Okay, I'm reading a little bit of tafsir here. Say none in the heavens or on earth except Allah knows what is hidden, nor can they perceive when they shall be raised up. No, no, here is not God knows. Here it says none in the heavens. Say none. Rusalan, the Sufi. Ruslan the Sufi. God knows means that God knows everything or that God knows that yes, God knows everything, but do you read the ayat? Have you missed none? Why have you missed the word Ruslan the Sufi? I'm not talking about those ayats where Allah says God knows what is. But here, have you missed the Arabic word? Or are you confusing me? Are you startling me, wanting to startle me? Allah has put none, no one meaning. Are you missing this? Surah 27, ayat 65, please. Surah Namal ayat 65. Yes, yes, Allah knows everything. But what about that no one knows the unseen? What about this? No one knowing the unseen, al ghaiba. And then God knows what is in the. It doesn't put, Allah doesn't put it this way, Ruslan. Oh my goodness. Again, you are saying, I can understand it, God knows. No, no, the point here is La, Kulla, no, knows. And Allah hasn't even put it well here. He's just put Kulla. There's a mistake here. Do you see this? Errors in the Quran. One is not here. But, anyways, a mistake I've pointed out. Say no. Yes, yes. Only Allah knows. What does this mean? Only Allah knowing. Huh? What does it mean? Anyone else can know? You speak Arabic. Okay. Now, do you know this Qullah meaning? Huh? So what is the meaning for this? Qullah. What is the meaning of only Allah knows? If Allah is saying only Allah knows the unseen, only Allah knows, right? No one else knows. Let me make it easy for you, help you. You know Arabic and all this, but you don't know still that there are contradictions. And there's a contradiction here. In Surah 27, ayat 65, Allah saying, no, say no. One Allah is only Allah knows. What does this mean? Very good, very good. Thank you, Raslan the Sufi. Now, you're concentrating with me. You're with me. Only Allah knows, right? What does this mean that only Allah knows? That no one else knows the unseen. I'm on this, the unseen. Al Ghaiba, right? Hello? Can I get a feedback? Only Allah knows, meaning no one else knows the unseen. Yes? Okay, thank you very much. Really appreciate this. Ruslan the Sufi. Then, why does Allah tell you here to believe in the unseen when you don't, when only Allah knows the unseen? How can you believe it? So it would be without knowledge. How can you believe in something without proof also? Huh? Those who believe in the unseen. Allah saying. Surah Baqarah 3. So tell me please, Ruslan the Sufi, enlighten me about this. Allah saying, this is the book, in it is guidance sure, without doubt. There's no doubt in it, meaning that means with proof and everything, right? To those who fear Allah, who are God conscious. Not fear, it's not khawf, it's muttaqeen. Those who are the muttaqeen, those who are God fearing actually. Allah knows the unseen, we believe in the unseen. But how can you believe in the unseen without knowing the unseen? Huh? How can you believe in something without proof, without knowledge? With knowledge, you get proof. Tell me, how is Allah asking you to believe in the unseen without knowledge? Because only Allah knows that. You're doing a. Listen, You don't know, right? So you don't know the unseen, right? You don't know the unseen. Do you know the unseen? Only Allah knows. Very good. So because only Allah knows the unseen. So you don't know the unseen, right? Yes. You don't know the unseen, right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. We don't know. Very good, thank you. You don't know the unseen? So you have no knowledge of the unseen, right? This means not knowing, having no know how is knowledge. So no knowledge of the unseen. Then how can you believe in the unseen? Huh? Then the belief is based on what? Your belief in the unseen is based on what? You've brought your faith in the unseen is what? With what proof? The unseen is part of the universe system chosen by God, and no one can claim to know it before God. Not before God. No one can, Allah, don't go before God. Don't make it complicated. Make it as it is. Allah has made it very complicated. Contradictions have been given in the Quran ayats. Now make it easy. Uh, Allah says no one knows the unseen except Him, right? Not before Him, not without Him, not with Him, not before Him. It doesn't say before Him. Can you make it easy for yourself or not? As Allah has written it, not in your own words. Don't put the Quran ayats in your own words. Do you know what comes before time, before the first second? Don't ask me this question. Don't make it before time. There's nothing before time. Okay? There's nothingness before time. Okay, now I can find out myself, but Allah says no one knows. No one knows the unseen. Come to the point, stick to the point, not the time, the second, or what I know or what I don't know, because it's not going to lead to the way you're trying to explain to me. It's not going to lead to a pure reasoning from the Quran ayats, understanding and interpreting the Quran ayats as they are written, as Allah wants us to know. Can you stick, please, to what Allah is saying in the Quran? Or you want to do your own thing? Explain it your own way, that there's no contradiction. Huh? Reconcile with straw man, general, your own thoughts. Knowledge of the unseen is one of the attributes of God, my friend. My friend, that's not the point. I don't want to know what knowledge is right now. What is the point here? You know what the point is? You understand Arabic and you're going here and there and God knows where. Again, like Arkan Öztürk, your friend, your buddy, your supporter, Sufi. Very difficult people. You see, you are showing you don't understand the ayat of Allah. Forget Arabic. At least we English translate, knowing in English, understand the ayat and are on the point. You are wavering here and there. If you stick to the point, this is one. Okay, this is one. This is not about four. This is not about if 4 is minused with 3, then we get 1. You're going to show me 4 minus 3 equals 1. Please stick to this number 1. Okay? Please stick to number 1. This is 1. Allah knows. If you're not going to stick to this, I'm going to ban you. You're another dishonest person. And you're blinded. You're an extremist. You know or don't know, I don't know. But it seems like you don't know, so I'm going to ban you. I don't have time to waste with you, Shias or criminals, liars. Okay? So don't give me 4, go to 4. Oh, it comes to 1 because 4 minus 3 is 1. Here, stick to 1. Here, 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, 1 plus 1 does not equal to 2 here. So this is the dishonesty of many Muslims coming here, Shias also. You see? Even knowing their Imam, that's how they know the lies more. Against Yazid, against Islam. So, who believe in the unseen, those who believe, yuminu, in the unseen, bil ghaibe, why is Allah telling them to believe in the unseen when He says, so this is how they did dilly-dally and they stroll, these criminals, when they were my enemies, they were trying to buy time. They're trying to destroy me by what? Buying time. So let's say if my father wanted me to get married to my cousin, his nephew, what to do? Or she die, right? Bleeding. He would hire, and who would, a Shia criminal, who would send me dreams. Wait, yes. But I haven't told you to, you're not allowed to go to her place now. Wait for some days. And on the other hand, we're getting miracles. Ali Asghar is sending a letter from Mrs. Munira Gulzar, my principal, and all this, right? So she doesn't get married to anyone until that, and that cousin of will feel sorry for me. डेंट पड़ा है, मुझे डेंट वाला क्यों दे रहे हो अंकल? डेंट वाली बेटी क्यों दे रहे हो? पागल है. So they buy time. These criminals. And they know that, you are a chronic fatigue. Will they ask you to press their legs? Yes. But my father didn't. Said, तुम्हारे में तो, my younger sister, तुम्हारे में तो जरा भी ताकत कहाँ है जो तुम मेरे legs press करो. You will press my legs. Beaten. So what they want, these criminals, they say, yes, press my legs. और भी ताकत चली जाए, the more she loses her strength, the better. She'll die losing her strength. This is how we want to kill her. Take her life. ऐसे, do you see these criminals? And do I see any Shia even coming here with honesty? No. वो तो इनसे भी बेगैरत हैं. जो दूर रहते हैं ना, वो तो ऐसे, ये तो बेचारे बेवकूफ हैं. ये तो caught. I can expose them. They're saying that Sufi, moreover. One is coming saying, I'm a Hindu Indian. शिया थोड़ी अपने आप को बदनाम करेंगे, ये तो बेवकूफी है. दिस इज देयर foolishness, the fools. हाँ, कि ऐसे मेरे हाथों में आएंगे and I'm going to expose the see Sunni Sufi, see. No, no. Who will I blame? You know who I blame? Shias. See, Sufi Sunni. Huh? And I tell you, the Shias are worse than these. ये तो बेवकूफ हैं. अभी कहाँ जा रहा है, right? These, I tell you, these Sunni Sufis and all, they are not that cunning. See how they are then. If they are coming here like this, then I don't blame them. I blame the Shias who are very clever staying behind and watching this drama, saying, will tell you, yeah, yeah, expose the Sunnis. I'm not exposing the Sunnis. You know who I'm exposing? I'm exposing the cleverness, the cunningness of the Shias. So bear with me, because you can't tell a covert narcissist. A murderer is less to be feared. See, who was he? On treason. Cicero. These Shias are like they've done treason, right? They're as subtle as this lady, or young lady on YouTube. I was just giving you an example, like how subtle a covert narcissist were. Very few covert narcissists help us, coach, what do you call them, about this disorder, who have informed us, have exposed covert narcissism subtlety like this young lady has. And the damage is the same. Malignant, like in this, you see, you can't catch red handed. On treason, in पाकिस्तान तो ऐसा मिल जाता था. कौन शिया वर्क कर रहा था मेरे को सर्च इंजन्स पे? Who was tampering with my search engines? You see, the thing is that why would a murderer be less to be feared? Those Shias who are keeping quiet and making, putting the Sunnis in the forefront, pushing them to come here, even the terrorists, right? What are they doing? Khalil Gibran says, a criminal like a Sunni is not made until with the silence of ours, with the silent approval. So exposing like this, no, what is behind all this? With the silent approval of all of us. No, no, I'm not proving the Sunni against Sunnis. This is proving, this shows me against Shias. Be smart to see this, please. Be what? Put your full being here. Our Jiddu Krishnamurti. Look at this point. The Imams have changed. It's very clear what I showed in my previous live stream. Imam Ali is a liar. He and it shows if he says not to kill the disbelievers on faith only on their disbelief, then the Shias have lied, and the Imams have lied to them. But there I caught him in Surah, the commentary, Shia commentary, where what he tells Amr bin Abdwad, Ibn Abdwad. So you see, the Shias, although they blame Sunni Islam, Yazid, Muawiyah, Abu Sufyan, Abu Jahl, actually it's them, the Prophet, the main culprit, and Allah. More, afterwards, Ali. Even Rob Christian would say Abu Bakr did this. Even Muhammad Ayad would say Abu Bakr did this. He was low character. That's why the daughter was also low. And how the father brought up the daughter to be a very loose character. I would, okay, that's their thing. That's out of religion. But Prophet Muhammad was the one who enjoyed this. And he wasn't going to make Aisha grow up into a good character against what her father had worked for to make her a loose character. And this is what Allah says to Prophet Muhammad, right? That you cannot guide those whom you love. Now, how can Prophet Muhammad love Aisha? He hated Aisha. And they say Aisha hated Imam Ali, as if Imam Ali didn't hate Aisha. On corruption, or what was it? On evil, Khalil Gibran, the Prophet. Now, more these Sunnis will come, the more it will expose the clever cunningness of the Shias. When a man kills another man, oh God. So these criminals, Shias, they enjoy the drama that is going on. And these are not Christian crusaders. Actually, Christian crusaders are helping Shias, like Sam Shamoun, like Adam Seeker, like David Wood, like Sira, Saudi. I wonder if he's Saudi originally. Looks like someone who's grown up to be a Shia, I know. And who knows which Sajwani could be giving money here. They're very rich against me. So don't go on site just on the word, just seeing that Sufi Sunni calling himself, putting his ID, like, or Ashok Kumar. ये ऐसे जालिम हैं, शिया सबसे ज्यादा जालिम। ये सुन्नियों से ज्यादा जालिम है शिया। और ये छुपे हैं, छुपे रुस्तम भी। तो ये ऑनलाइन है, मिल ही नहीं रहा है, देखो। सजवानियों ने, शिया सजवानी इमाम बारका, ऐसा काम किया हुआ है। इनके यहाँ बड़े बड़े आलिम आते थे। किसी गरीब के घर क्यों जाएंगे शिया गरीब? और इन ईरान में भी, ईरान, इन ईरान, my uncle was taken, like he said, nook corner of this Imam Raza, and special places where the custodians of the two Kaaba, two mosques, sorry, two mosques, they can, the ones who can go inside the Kaaba. और मुता कर रहे हैं, they're doing muta without the will of all of us. They're trying to make me abuse because a lot of tension. Bed की भी tension होता है. Forget that I'm doing this. I get one call and I'm like, oh, when is this? Oh, now oh, when was this? Oh, I've got this. I've got to renew this. I've got to do this. तो ये तो खत्म करना चाह रहे थे मुझे इधर ही. In last month, they wanted to finish. I mean, if someone can die of stress or get cancer, I would have been the one long time ago. But additional stress, like so much stress, like बैठे बैठे stress, और फिर बैठे बैठे stress है, sitting stress. Why? Maybe blood pressure is not high, but whatever. And then the problem they gave me, I thought I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to die. It's killing me. I I think I would expire. I was going to expire by the end of May. ये ऐसे जालिम हैं, ये शिया. No, it's not this. Sorry, excuse me. I'm not. I was telling them the other day, please stop abusing, making me abuse. Do you know the one inside is the Shia shaitan in me? I know. किधर है वो? तो सजवानी के पास भी बहुत पैसा है. Lot of money. UAE. Shia. And do you know how these Alabeth have played the victim? how they've turned it around. And Hosanna said, I absolve you of the oath. How could he say this without saying, okay, God, a new religion has come. He's given me my religion now. Surah 25, ayat 55, taking recourse to that. I absolve you of the oaths you have given to me to help me, right? Like to help Prophet Muhammad, his grandfather. देखिए कैसे झूठ बोला है आपके like उड़ जाए like God forbid like I went crazy on this seeing this and then coming here and sharing was another problem for me burden but I had to and for my self help also and if the Shias don't want help right ये सिर्फ इमाम हुसैन की सैक्रिफाइस देखते हैं किसी और की सैक्रिफाइस नहीं देख सकते इनको इमाम हुसैन को देगा I absolve you of the oath Imam Hussain is a declaration of freedom from any obligation or promise made to Imam Hussain. What about your grandfather, Prophet Muhammad, that the Muslims have made too? And if the Bedouins say, please forgive us for just not helping Prophet Muhammad, Surah Fat ayat, what did Allah say there to them? You will face such an army. This is not because of the evil thoughts they thought, which is mentioned in this surah, Surah Fat. This is not because of this is just because they said, sorry, we don't want to, forgive us. We don't want to participate. We don't want to help you. We're busy with our family and our business. Surah Fat ayat 11. Those who remain behind of the Bedouins will say to you, our properties and our families occupied us. So ask forgiveness for us. They say with their tongues what is not within their hearts. Okay, but this the reason. What is the reason behind this? That the belief. Surah, come to Surah 9. Sorry, Surah 48, ayat 9. Surah Fat, ayat 9. That you may believe in Allah and His Messenger and honor Him and respect Him and exalt Him, meaning help Him. And the oaths that you have taken of allegiance is also this, that you help Him. You see, but they, Surah Anfal ayat. So you will face such an army that either they will, either you have to obey or they will submit or whatever that meant. Surah Fatah. How is Imam Hussain now allowing this to happen, to observe the oaths? They've already made, isn't Imamat also the continuation of that pledge that you made to Prophet Muhammad? That means to Allah. And Ali also you have to help, right? Imam thereafter. So this pledge is a continuous pledge of allegiance, right? So then, where do we go? Surah Anfal. No. Surah, I know. Surah 9, ayat 120. Now I know, I remember. They do not, they prefer their lives over the lives of Prophet Muhammad. And it is, so for the Madinans and for the Madinan people and the Bedouins, it was not right. Not it was for the people of the Medina and who were around them, awla, of the Bedouins, that they remain behind after the Messenger of Allah. and not they prefer their lives to his life. It was not proper. The Bedouins and the people of Yathrib prefer their lives over the lives of the Prophet Muhammad. That is that because not just afflict them, that the thirst, they don't want to be thirsty for Allah's sake, for fatigue, hunger, meaning they don't want to even go for war when there's heat outside, too much heat, like the expedition of Tabuk. They stayed behind. Or those who stayed behind and didn't go with the Messenger of Allah and some of the Sahabas. What punishment do they get? And they do not inflict upon an enemy any infliction, preferring their lives to the Prophet Muhammad's life, or that they should prefer themselves over his self, meaning Prophet Muhammad's. Then why is Hussein saying, I absolve you of the oath? Isn't this oath of allegiance in Surah Fatah? Which ayat of Surah Fatah? Continuation from Prophet Muhammad to Imams then, since the succession is continued. So what you've pledged to Prophet Muhammad, now Imam Hussain saying, absolve it. In Karbala, Muharram morning, to signify that one is no longer bound by a specific pledge or agreement. The pledge or agreement you have made, for God's sakes. Imam Hussain is not going with Surah Fatah, and that's why the Shias have departed from the Surah Fatah, pledge of allegiance. And then they're saying that Ali is the rightful successor of Prophet Muhammad. When your Imam Hussain, his son, is saying, absolve the oath. Surah Fatah 10. Oops. Huh? You see where the Shias have departed. They don't see it, but I've seen it. Thank you. Right? Now, those who care to come here, not in a cunning manner, dishonest, sly, slithering away, indeed, though, and using moreover Sufi Sunnis and all. But I tell you, you Shias are worse than them. Your treason is greater than them. Theirs. A murderer is less to be feared. Cicero on treason. Indeed, those who pledge allegiance to you, and moreover, who more did they have to pledge allegiance to? At Ghadir Khum. Umar bin Khattab thanked, congratulated Ali. Oh, Ali, today, right? So, whoever, I am the Mawla, Ali is the Mawla, Prophet Muhammad's the announcing this on Ghadir Khum. So, what it means that this pledge has now, Imam Hussain has ended this pledge in Muharram. Pledge of allegiance to Allah. The hand of Allah is over their hand, so whoever breaks his word only breaks it to the detriment of himself. And he who fulfills that which he has promised Allah, fulfilling what he has promised Allah, moreover, he will give him a great reward. The Bedouins didn't do it. What happened to the Bedouins here? They would be facing such an army until they obey. Either they will fight or they will submit. Either the army will fight them or will submit to them. But they have to obey. Why didn't they go for the war? That was the reason. Why didn't they help Prophet Muhammad? This is the conquest of Makkah. Prophet Muhammad is supposed to go for the conquest of Makkah. That one, I think this one is the one in Badr, sorry, expedition of Tabuk, right? Surah 9, ayat 120. But it's all the same. The point is to help, never prefer yourselves over the life of the Messenger of Allah, meaning here Prophet Muhammad. So then tell me, these Shias will tell you that, oh, some nonsense sending Sufi or, you see, they can't come here themselves. Why? Oh, Arkan, the crusaders, Christian crusaders, are helping Shias. Shias are with the Christian crusaders, by the way, and also with the Jews. I mean, oh no, they're with the Palestinians, my cousins are. So let me not get them into trouble, the Shias. Um, but the Sunnis would say they're with they're spies of the Jews. Anyways, let me say it properly. The Shias are with the Christian crusaders, those ex Muslims who sparingly give Sunni hadiths here, there, you know, and history, and the Rob Christian will open their books and say this and this has come, which is right actually. According as a Shia, I would no, as an ex-Shia now, I say Rob Christian good because the Shias miss this part, thinking being being deceived to think this is from the enemy of Prophet Muhammad. This that Prophet Muhammad got this done this. He kissed Imam Hussein on this, but at least the Shias believe that Prophet Muhammad kissed his daughter on his lips, on her mouth. Sorry, on her mouth. So now, why is Imam Hussein? Look at this. Look at this. I'm telling you to look at this, see it, learn from this, so that you don't get deceived by the Shias as they have been deceived by their Imams. That what Yazid practiced, the religion of Islam, is not, is a false religion. It's not the religion of my Nana, my maternal grandfather, Hussein would say. It truly is. Look at this. So that means the oath doesn't continue. Could he be the successor of Prophet Muhammad as an Imam? No. According to Surah Fatah 10, no. Then. So the Sunnis rightfully differ in this against the Shias and Imam Hussein, even the grandson of, even though he's the grandson, he was the grandson of Prophet Muhammad. In their own way, in this case, there are other many ways that the Sunnis don't see. I mean, Sunni Islam is nothing, right? What is Sunni Islam? But how? What is Islam actually? This is what I've been showing you. Forget Sunni, Shia, Islam for now and see. And then see, then I've been also simultaneously showing you that both of them, how they've been lied to and how they've been deceived by their own religious scholars, imams, by Prophet Muhammad's Ahlul Bayt. And they played the victim. And how they turned it around to play the victim. It's like mind boggling. It was very tough for me to show you. I saw it and it was very painful. And then to share it as to help myself also. I needed help too, to tell you the truth. Like, what is this? Do you see what I'm seeing? right? Coming here. So thank you to those who supported me, who cooperated, who saw, who didn't give me a hard time, saying that I'm a liar, like Saklan Heather, even recently a Shia coming. Many, many things like this, right? So now caravan robber, they can't say, oh, it's good because, taking Surah 42 ayat, which one is it? 8? And then going to where they've given the tafsir, the caravan of Abu Sufyan was going to be attacked, but Allah changed his mind and said, now attack the unarmed one. The armed one, sorry, not the unarmed one that you like. You Muslims like to attack the Now, see, habit. Someone makes you practice lies and then tells you, okay, you lie here, here, here. Now he tells you, okay, in this instance, to save your lives, you're not supposed to lie anymore. You're supposed to fight. But you prefer lying to save your life. But Allah, before that, you told us to lie to save our lives. For example, I'm giving you an example on this, right? So Allah, Surah Anfal, I have to show you so that you also understand it. Whoever cares to. You see, I'm not saying go kill and punish and die and be burnt and, go to hell and you're having, dunya mein difficulties. If you're sick, be praiseworthy, be alhamd karo. Hamd karo ke Allah ne tumhe ye बीमारी की जरूर मसलियत है. There's आपके गुनाह भी धुल रहे हैं, गुनाह भी धुल रहे हैं. No, no. You've got to see if that's true or not also. Don't you want to see? Like Jiddu Krishnamurti was saying. So when you can't see the unseen and you are told to believe in it and not even knowing the unseen when Allah says, and then believing in it because Allah says I'm the only one who knows about the unseen, no one else knows meaning. Then how can you find out? And then, of course, Allah says in Surah Dariyat, see within yourself the signs of Allah. But those are the signs of Allah. But the ghaib, still there's a contradiction. Maybe someone, now you see, the politics would say the unseen sent it. Like in my dream, there was a letter, a chit sent to me, a note that I'm reading, whether you, from an Imam, Ali, Sayyid Ali or someone. I felt, and the Shias are saying there's no reincarnation. Sayyid Yusuf said he's sending me this ayat where the kafirs, when they go, the died and the God, they say to God or the angels in hell, please send us back, we'll do good works. Allah says, now you're telling me to send you back? So that is where reincarnation, that decided, ayat decides that there's no reincarnation. Ayat shows there's no, ayat gives proof. But there's resurrection, right? But resurrection of the body or the soul or both. But there's no migration. My God. So these Shias are really like even Shias like this, and they're very very tough. Some of them cunning. So where was I going? Surah Anfal ayat. Let me show you. So Allah says, Allah is allowing you. This is with the knowledge of Prophet Muhammad, meaning Allah has allowed here, right? Or maybe not. I don't know. There's no ayat that says um, that Allah allows you to. There's an ayat which says evil for evil. Okay, so those are the believers. But here, okay, there's an ayat that says evil for regardless of what situation. Concerning truth. Remember, believers, when Allah promised you one of the two group that it would be yours, and you wished that the unarmed one would be yours, right? Now it's blaming the believers, some of the believers, a group of the believers wanting the unarmed to be theirs, let's say, right? Not Imam Ali. He was also a believer, but Shias will tell you that Imam Ali is not in this group. Miqdad is not here. Miqdad said yes, also, the Sahabi, Miqdad, okay? And another one is not in this. So the believers who wish that the unarmed one would be yours, this is the example I'm giving you. But Allah intended to establish the truth by His words and to eliminate the disbelievers. Quran is enough, moreover. Terrorist religion, killers, just on disbelief. Not even disbelievers, to eliminate the disbelievers' meaning, to finish the disbelievers' meaning. Take their lives. So, but the point here is now, you see, they were allowed, before this, they were being allowed to attack the unarmed ones and take evil for evil because their properties, belongings were confiscated by the Makkan polytheists. So they could do this to the caravan of the Makkan polytheists. They were bringing goods in, right? Makkah. So Allah's example, Allah tells you to lie, to save your lives, and then one day He brings an ayat like this and says, but you want to save your lives by lying, taqiyya, right? Dissimulation. But now, although you prefer to save your lives by lying with taqiyya, dissimulation, now I tell you, attack them. Right? And here it seems to be like a blame that you wish that the unarmed would be yours. Like even after Allah's decision has come, they are wishing that the believers are wishing that the unarmed, that they would not have to fight, meaning, and they loot the unarmed, take the goods, looting, robbing the unarmed caravan or whatever it is, unarmed. But Allah intended to establish the truth. So before this, Allah was not trying to establish, Allah was trying to establish the truth by you looting them. Now, Allah wants to establish the truth. You would say, Shia, very satanic, by now war, because they've come with armed forces to protect these that you were, unarmed ones you were attacking and looting. Right? So this, okay. So you say now Allah's thing has changed because the circumstance has changed. Now now I have to seek recourse to, like, for example, now someone has sent an army to protect the unarmed one of theirs, whatever it is, right? But Allah intended to establish, so the rule changes. Now you war against them. But moreover, Allah's intention was to eliminate the disbelievers. And you're saying they wanted to, and you read the Shia tafsir, it's ridiculous. Like they wanted to destroy the Muslims. Allah is saying here, I want to eliminate the disbelievers, the roots of the disbelievers. The roots. What does this mean? If you destroy the roots of the disbelievers, what does it mean? In a, huh? That any disbeliever, you will spare the lives of the disbelievers? No. It doesn't say cutting off the roots of disbelief. Here Allah is saying to cut off the root of the disbelievers, meaning it could also mean to take everything goods of theirs, everything, their house, everything, if you can, and to starve them to death, maybe also, right? But to be starving them, like taking away everything from them, cut off the roots of the disbelievers is what? But if they become Muslims, then we go here. Surah Baqarah at 193. Then there should be nothing against them, right? Surah Baqarah at 123. So the Quran only is telling you that Islam is a terrorist religion. Ashok Rana, not the Sunni hadiths. And fear God when no soul. Oh, sorry, where is it? 193. Oops. Not the Surah Tawbah at 123 or Surah Tawbah at kill and be killed. 111, is it? Surah Baqarah at 193. Look, and moreover, Ashok Kumar, Ashok, sorry, Rana. Rana is a Muslim name. Fight them until there is maybe both. Fight them until there is no fitna and religion is for Allah. But if they cease, we saw the Shia tafsir I showed you on this ayat and this part. If they cease from being polytheists, this means actually to correct the Shias, cease from being disbelievers, not only polytheists. Then there is to be no aggression. And what are the Ahlul Bayt crying for? That there was aggression, hostilities against us by the enemy of Islam. Really? And you didn't have hostilities against them? Persistent, non-stop it should be, right? Because Allah is saying here, until religion is for Allah. But if they cease from being disbelievers, then there should be no aggression by the believers on the disbelievers. What are the Ahlul Bayt crying about? If the disbelievers want to defend their lives, but if you now have the upper hand, it seems, the Muslim believers, their lives are at stake. This means until they become what you want them to become and your Allah wants them to become, that religion is for Allah, meaning they become Muslims. Quran ayats are enough. And moreover, the Shia tafsir is wrong. Only polytheists, no, disbelievers altogether. But if they cease from being disbelievers, not only polytheists. Got it? I mean, I cannot, it's very painful to see how the Shias have lied and their Imams have lied and Hussein has lied. So when Hussein has lied, and I saw that, and then I get trolls like these and the ones who can't see, and then I go into explaining to them and out of the topic, okay, let me show you the contradictions then they keep me on, like not agreeing to me, purposely doing that. They're not here for the truth. Even the Hindus are not here for the truth. If you're a Hindu, this is moreover not for the Hindus. If you're here for drama or something, like this is some your Indian movie or drama, Tishan. This is not for that. Hindus. And spirituality should be for everyone, not for like India only. Like this time I was listening to Ravi Swami Ravatikanta with another Swami on this. What was it? Oh, where shall I go? So it came on my feed. I'm not. I've unsubscribed and all. I don't believe in Hinduism. So he was the English man, English Swami man. Sorry if I call him. I hope he doesn't mind. Swami, Swami. All right. Sorry, I can't read that. Get better glasses, reading glasses. So okay, I'll just call him the English Swami, right? The British Swami. So he was saying that he's done other things, and what attracted him, or what made him come to Paramahamsa Vishwananda is that when Paramahamsa Vishwananda told him that these Reiki people and they, even the doctors or whoever, spiritual New Age healers, when they are using something, they're maybe they're using the spirits of someone, and you don't know if it's a devil or a saint. But maybe in there they have, can we have saints outside this Hindu religion, and even spirituality outside Hindu religion, right? So not only Hinduism is ancient, China is ancient, Persian Magi's are very ancient, right? So like he was saying that Paramahamsa Vishwananda was saying that they will have to come back, since the healers who use the spirit doctors who have been doctors in the site, and somehow they found on the spiritual level how to even cure cancer when they couldn't cure it here. They didn't find it here, but on the spiritual level they're curing cancer with the help of a new age healer, right, through him. So their spirit, it's cheating. So they'll have to come back, and they are cheating, and the karma will follow them. Excuse me. Like, is it only the Hindus that have this, or could it be that you can use the spirits? Why not? The spirits of, if they want to work on that level, right, of spirit and not come back in body form, what's cheating? And moreover, is your religion the only true spirituality? Ancient Chinese have medicine also, and have acupuncture and so many other things, like ancient Chinese and these indigenous people of the forest and all. Our maid get worker. She was Kutchi from Kutch, Muslim, and she was a Maiman, meaning they believed in. No, no, she wasn't Maiman, but she was Kutchi, but she believed in what the Maimans believe in. Abdul Qadir Jilani is a saint, right? She could do operations like remove the tonsils without operating. She could remove the red blood on the eye, white of the eye, without. My cousin told me she just had to tell me, come to the kitchen sink. He was at our grandparents' place. She said, come to the sink. Look down, and the blood just, he had this blood on his in his eye, white, that blood, a little bit. It fell. It just came out, dropped the blood, this little, round, just dropped in the sink. He saw it with. He told me. I said, yes, yes, Veerbai Mas. She used to say, if let me check your tonsils, I would get infections now, uh, throat infection. She said, no, no, they are raw. I cannot. It's okay. You're okay. No, no, it's not your tonsils. Just a throat infection. And I can't take your tonsils out because they're raw. Uh, they're okay. She could tell by. So there are these people who are healers. And we had this midwife. Oh my God, you didn't have to go. My mother didn't even go to those olden days. The midwife came, and my brother was born at home. My parents, my grandparents' place. She didn't go to the hospital, my mother, the midwife, and then they do all the massaging and they give herbs, paki, it's called herbs, and whatnot. And they're also like homeopathic, also homeopathic things. And no blood, no nothing. They cut the umbilical cord. Even my sister was born at home, but my mother bled a lot. So they sent. They said, "Where do you want to go?" I said, "I want to go to my teacher's house." So that day I'd gone when my sister was being born in the old house. I went to my teacher's house, and my brother went with me because my mother could have died. Sure. So this was another labor at home. So we had these midwives, and at that time, that midwife had passed away, or I can't remember. Sorry, excuse me. She was not the one who helped my mother at home to give birth to this sister of mine, younger sister. There was lots healing. She, Virbai Masi, told me that how tall I will grow. I was like, I want to. She said you can do all that, pull ups and hanging or whatever. It won't help. Your height will be this much. You will be short, average. I said, no, no. And my brother, the other brother, she said he's going to grow very tall. Even my younger brother, the middle brother, she said, and when she told me about my younger brother, the one only a few years younger to me, like after me, I was like, oh no, my brother's going to be short, like according to average height. I was like, oh, he's not going to be tall. And that's what happened. The middle brother she told me us about in Singapore. Like she came with to us in Singapore. She told us about these matters. He grew very tall, as she said. So just by touching a place in the stomach side on the right hand side below here, somewhere where my appendicitis operation. Yeah, somewhere here. I don't know where the hip side or I can't remember exactly now. We were in Singapore. That's when she told us. Very true. No matter how much hang ups I did, you know, hanging on the pole, I didn't grow tall. Even my brother, but the middle brother. Yeah. So, anyways, so all this, what, no, I just don't agree to the Burma. I don't agree to Paramahamsa Vishwananda. I think every human should have this inbuilt spirituality, not learned from Hindu ancient scriptures. And if they're healing people, that they don't have that divine healing. And I disagree about what they've said about New Age. Sorry, English Swami, and looks like my neighbor. He was young when I left him, and I left, and then I didn't see him in the vacations also. Looks like Thomas. Grown up now, so I just maybe Thomas must have grown up like this, looking like this. I don't know. My childhood neighbor used to play cricket. Anyhow, so every human being should have that inbuilt healing abilities given by Allah or by the divine or by nature, the universe. And these are very ancient to human beings, as ancient as human beings are. So it's not only like, oh, this is cheating because they're calling spirits and they're doing Reiki and, or calling spirits and making them do heal others with the help of spirits. And they'll have to come back. So, what about you healing a cancer patient? You being a saint in your own, right? So why can't they be saints? And why can't they have these healing powers? You can heal yourself. You can heal others. And it doesn't have to be cheating. It's just that the ability, the spiritual powers have been given to all human beings. We are ancient as ancient can be. Before these rishis asked, right? So they were human beings when they asked in in Rig Veda, it is written, where did we come from? What is this? Don't you think there were human beings in China? Wasn't there ancient China? So this also I just wanted to address. Oh, so, but who is like, who can help? Or honestly, I couldn't find one person. Uh, Maybe definitely there are honest people out there. Like I said about this, in this, the Jews, the Israelis, the British lady saying that all this is lies against the Israelis spread by Mossad, and they've infiltrated United Nations, Amnesty International, human rights. Okay, now, so there are some great people out there, great healers, and I feel God should have given us, or the universe. If you don't believe in God and you believe in science, proven, I don't know why sometimes but even science sometimes fails to medical. You have to do surgeries. Now they found another way in some cancer cases, what do you call it, tumors, right? Removed through this, what do you call it, without operation. What's that? Without operation, you can remove the tumor through this kind of a thing, right? Removing tumors, even cancerous removing tumors through. So without chemotherapy, also, ra- uh, without radiation. What kind of radiation? Chemotherapy, or just giving that light, that infrared. So there are these healing powers. Can you remove a tumor through this? It's called gamma knife surgery, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not well versed in this. Near infrared photoimmunotherapy used as antibody. Photoabsorber conjugate that binds to cancer cells. When near infrared light is applied, the cells swell and then burst, causing the cancer cell to die. Photoimmunotherapy. Photoimmunotherapy is in clinical trials in patients with inoperable tumors. Are they cheating? Are these infrared photoimmunotherapy? They, is this a spirit? Maybe a saint can, ancient, indigenous saint can collect this infrared. You don't need a machine. And through his fingers or whatever, touching, can, or just, you know, send it into the body where the cancer is of another person, collecting it with his own way without using a machine. So I wanted to believe really, if anything, believe in the sense that if there is such, you know, since science has told us there are these things, then not believing, but like figuring out through all this inferring why has God then or some why don't we have that the ability to create infrared light or electricity, like when he was telling us this is something, when I was doing my with my principal a dream on reincarnation. And this really, this English Swamiji helped me so much. I was like, that's true. Why? Because you know how I figured out that my dream on reincarnation, where's the memory coming from? Where is this music coming from? It's coming from radio on the floor, tape recorder on the floor telling me that I was here and I have been here and I have been a part of this family, right? You bring me joy, Anita Bakers. So what is this? A radio? And so I went into radiology, or no, I went into electromagnetic after that. And that's what he said here, that without electromagnetism, you lose your memory. You don't have memory at all. And that's where the vibrations, frequency of electromagnetism that tells me or tells this radio has telling me that memory contained in this tape recorder, how shall I say, playing on like it's giving me the song and the song is reminding me. So you know what I mean? Yes. Oh, so the it only this person has found out, the English Swami, that without electromagnetism, we would not be able to retain memory. It's not in our brain, but it's in the electromagnetism. Amazing discoveries found out. But where? From I have to like. Why doesn't he? But he's told us here. So where in the brain is the memory stored? It's not stored in the brain memory. It's in the electromagnetism. So you see, like I was also, that's how I figured it out. So when I say believe, I mean then afterwards I had to say yes. I said yes to the, I was like amazed because I had this reincarnation dream, right, for my principal. And so I tried to work it out, like, and I also tried to work out 380 degrees or like, what is this? I took a turn and I had inspiration, turn around and look at her from a level, steps on the steps, excuse me. So, but this thing, let's go to this because I'm not able to. So you see, I reached electromagnetism, and thank God in Karachi, when I remember this dream later on. At that time, we didn't have when I had the dream. Okay, we didn't have internet. We didn't have mobiles. After maybe 2 years, my father got a mobile, and they were very expensive. Mobilink and all this, right? Nokia. So then he gave me his mobile. Okay, we didn't have mobiles even that year. 1992, maybe I had this. 1993. Oh, it was. I remember March, my final year in St. Joseph's College, and I know what my teacher was uh, winding up, giving us the summary of Singer's player, Riders to the Sea, exposition, then the main body, then the ending, right? So the dream was, I had just dreamt about that and woke up and Quickly got into college, didn't find my principal there. The government changed and a second reinstatement was cancelled as a principal in our college. So this was right like around 11th March 1993. Later on, when in year 2000, when we got the internet and all this, I went back to my dream like, okay, so it's on this level memory. I don't know how. Right now, I can't show you, but maybe next time. I'm very tired and thank you. I have to go now. Thank you for your time and attention here. So I'll be talking more about, let's say, the treachery of Shias and their supporters. Please don't do this. But anyways, please doesn't matter. These people are treacherous. They're unstoppable, and they're going to keep doing this until. But I will stick to. I'm here for the truth, right? Even if it hurts. Be courageous. Brooke Shield. I remember reading when I went to my therapist's clinic. They had magazines there. So Brooke Shield in Princeton. Brooke Shield writes that you need to have courage because my teacher was a lot on tell the truth, right? So I like that very much. Like I liked Imam Ali at that time a lot, not Imam Hussein. I was a Shaddai. I was a like after Maula Ali a lot. So Brooke Shields, the truth, and that's why I like my teacher's teaching. Although it was very strict, Shield. What is forgotten? Sorry, Brooke Shields. This is my problem. The truth. You know, it takes a lot of courage. So I don't know how I got that, but in my weakest point, weakest time, I'm like, why am I even bothered about the truth? So her quote in the magazine I read when she was in Princeton University, be humble, have the courage to speak the truth. Look at the truth from how it stands. Oh, Brooke Shields, thank you so much. AI overview has given it after all. I found it. Thank you. I'm so happy, excited. She also emphasizes the importance of honesty and strength, stating honesty is the quality I value most in a friend. Not bluntness, but honesty with compassion. Very well put, yeah. But sorry, right now, like being blunt, I've had enough. I wish, yeah, this is what I would aim for too. Honesty with compassion. But no streak, no dot, no speck of dishonesty. So be humble. Brooke Shields has a quote about truth that emphasizes its universality. Be humble, have the courage to speak the truth, look at the truth from how it stands, not where it comes from. The truth is still the truth, no matter whether it is spoken by an Indian, an American, a Chinese, an European, an African, or an Australian. And I think she said it takes a lot of courage to even, but courage we must have. If we want the truth, we need to cultivate this courage. In my weakest time, there are times here where these Muslims give me problems. I think, why am I doing this? Like, I want to stop. I don't want to be with these. I don't want to do this. I've never found therapy to be a sign of weakness. I've found the opposite to be true. Okay, the willingness to have a mirror held up to you definitely requires strength. The willingness to have a mirror held up to you. Yani, you know what this means? and to see your defects or whatever you see in the mirror, and to see with truth and what is in reality, face the reality for what it is, to accept it. I think this is what she means. So this, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I haven't seen enough people like that. At least Shia's not coming here, not supporting me. Look how they Sunnis. Okay, I'm okay. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I better leave.